This is by far the most important step, just in my opinion, within knife defense. Why is it the most important? I think it's the most important because most people tend to skip this step. And it's hard, and I think this is why it's the most important part, because most people skip it because it's hard. What's up guys, this is Jordan and Perrin with Be Ready Self-Defense, and today we're going to talk about knife principle number 3, which is 2-on-1 control. Now real quick, if you have not watched the previous videos in our knife defense series playlist, go ahead and watch those first. I will put the link up here somewhere and in the description, or at least watch the principle 1 and principle 2 videos, and then come back and watch this video, or else you might be a little bit confused. So let's get right into it. Principle number 3, 2-on-1. So I've already decided I need to engage and I'm gonna intercept or frame or catch, whatever. I'm going forward with my pressure, and this is gonna eventually allow me to get 2-on-1 control. So what do I mean by 2-on-1? I mean either 2 hands or both of my arms on his arm, the limb that is holding the knife. So it could be here, it could be something like this. It could be, it could be a combination of it, or at least having one of my arms or my hands or my arms holding that knife arm, and then the other hand controlling posture in some way, shape, or form. A lot of different positions we could go through there. Even better is if I can get what I would call like 3-on-1. And what I mean by that is I have my hands or my arms on the weapon arm, and I can get head control. Generally speaking, anytime I can get head control, I want to get it. And I'm not just like laying my head in there. I mean, like when I say head control, guys, I mean as I'm coming in, I am headbutting him. And from here, I am really nuzzling my partner like an intimate lover. And I am getting my head deep in there and making it uncomfortable. Anytime I can get this from any position, I don't care where it is. Oop, yeah, there you go. Nice disarm. Drop it. Or if I can get it from here, if I can ever get my head in, I want to get that. If I can get 3 as opposed to 2, that's really, really good. All right, so different 2-on-1 positions. Again, guys, some sort of combination of me grabbing his hands or grabbing an arm and controlling posture. What does that look like? We could spend 12 hours doing this. It could be here, it could be here, it could be here, it could be here. Go ahead and switch the knife hand. It could be like this. I could be all the way behind his back. It could be a weird position like here. There's like 1,001 places. It could be this overhook and controlling posture. It could be an overhook and my head in, and then maybe controlling this arm if it's trying to strike me. It could be this kind of sawing motion. There's so many different positions. We don't have time to go over all this. So what I would say to kind of supplement this part of the video, if you haven't already, check out a program called Knife Control Concepts by Aaron Janetti. I will put that link in the description. I'll put his Instagram handle in there as well. Super awesome program. I went through it. Parent helped me out go through it as well. Really, really good. What the program does is it basically hyper focuses on this particular area of knife defense. It is all about the control portion. What 2-on-1 looks like. How do I make my different transitions? How do I kind of, read or adapt to his pushing and pulling motion, whether it's pushing and pulling with the knife or even just his body moving and trying to drag me around. How do I make those transitions? How do I put myself in good positions? The whole entire program really hones in on this. So if you haven't, because I'm not gonna make a 12-hour video or steal all his content, if you haven't, check out that program, and if you have questions about it, put it in the comments or message me on Instagram or anything like that. And it's really, really good. That's what I recommend. But as an example, if you do kind of know what you're doing, take like anywhere from 2 to 6 different kind of grappling positions with this knife, or 2-on-1 positions, and then figure out a way to make them flow together. So as an example, this is something in knife control concepts, they refer to it as their like basic or essential circle flow. It's not every position, but it's some of the basic ones. And essentially, as Perrin's gonna give me like some mild resistance, maybe pulling the knife in and out, as well as kind of moving around himself. And my goal is there's gonna be several positions I'll just be sort of flowing through. And it's very much a flow. The idea is not to see if Perrin can kill me right now. The idea is for me to adapt to his movements, to learn what they feel like. So what that might look like, we go ahead, we start here, and we just kind of start moving. And that's really it. It's just different movements, and I'm trying to get used. We probably went too hard on that one. That was fine. But I'm just trying to get used to the that push and pull, right? And you can even go light. We went a little bit hard because we like to go hard for knife, but you can go really light, guys. When you're just starting, you could spend an hour of your class just going over these different movements from here to here to here, and then back out. Okay, you could spend a whole class doing that. You could spend several classes just going over those movements. But the idea is for me to just get used to that push and that pull, right? Yeah, it's a sequence, but we're not technically following a script either. I'm still kind of reacting to what Perrin gives me. Steps could be skipped. I could go all the way from this inside position, inside 2-on-1, and if he pulls back really hard, I might skip that front 2-on-1 position and find myself all the way out here to that outside 2-on-1. So it's not perfect. Little baby! This is where most systems kind of gloss over this whole entire part of controlling the knife. And typically they go kind of straight into like the block and the attack and then getting out. And that's great if you can get it, but most of the knife videos I've watched don't go like that. Most of them, it's close encounters and the people don't know how to grapple right, and the guy is constantly pulling out, and they just don't know how to get in there and get control. They don't know how to do that. And it's hard, and I think this is why it's the most important part, because most people skip it, because it's hard. This is harder. It takes more practice. It takes a lot of repetition to get this part down. So that's why it's the most important, because the control is what sets me up for my striking. That's what then sets me up for transitions and takedowns and takeaways, or getting into a good enough position where I can then draw my own weapon, or maybe just leave. But I have to know how to control him and the weapon first and move around and get into a position. It's similar to jiu-jitsu. They say, position before submission. Similar concept here. I have to be able to work around him and the knife before I can get to a better spot. So yeah, by far the most important part of knife defense. We'll probably do some kind of more videos on this, but if you have any questions, let me know. And again, this step will lead us into those transitions, takeaways, takedowns, drawing a weapon, disengagement, all that good stuff. That will be in the next video. So if you're not already, make sure that you subscribe, turn on notifications so that you don't miss that future content. This is Jordan and Perrin with Be Ready Self-Defense. Train perfectly, fight ferociously, and be ready.